If you are someone who likes to stay stuck in negative patterns and doing the same things over and over and over again and not getting anywhere, then this video probably is not for you. These 3 practices will allow you to transform your life by setting practical personal development goals and using metaphysics to support your endeavors. My name is Aaron. I am a certified metaphysical life coach. Go ahead and grab your journal or your notebook and pen because you're going to want to take notes, and stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to have an additional resource for you. The first practice is called EFT. This stands for the Emotional Freedom Technique. It works really by tapping on different physical points in your body. These correspond to meridians. The meridians come from the traditional Chinese medicine system, and each meridian also corresponds to an organ. Each organ is said to hold certain emotional energy. So what you're doing is you're tapping on your body in a certain way, and you're allowing the emotional, energetic components of whatever you're talking about or whatever you're tapping on to come up, like the physical sensations in your body. And you're allowing them to come up and being present with them, and you allow them to release themselves. Many people also combine this technique with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Basically, it's like self-talk. So just think this is a very comforting, soothing activity where you're calming yourself down by tapping on your body. And many people tap on their body in different ways already to calm themselves down, and you're talking to yourself. This is a good way to solidify your commitment to yourself. So say you have thought of your goal, but you don't find that you're really committed to it, or it's that established in your life. You can, do a little bit of tapping and talking. You can also use this in case you are going through the process of, whatever it is you're doing. You set your daily intentions, but maybe you find that you're falling off balance, where you can use EFT to talk to yourself and tap on what's going on and really shift that energy into a new place, and maybe come up with a new idea or a new way to do or not do whatever it is that your goal requires. If you're interested in learning more about EFT, I have an entire EFT playlist. I will put the little link here above, as well as I have an EFT masterclass, which has hours of material on EFT, as well as a workbook. If you're interested in that, I will include the link to that masterclass in the description box below, and I'll also put a discount code for you here on the screen. But let's go ahead and move to the second activity. The second practice is going to be Yoga Nidra. This is also known as psychic sleep or yogic sleep. In Western culture, in the science academic circles, this is being studied, and it is referred to as non-sleep deep rest. So you may hear this practice referred to in that way. But what it is basically a meditative practice where you are guiding yourself into the space between waking and sleeping. So you're just on the border of sleeping. You're not completely asleep. And what's happening is really you're shutting your body down in many different ways and allowing your nervous system to really calm itself. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is the part of the nervous system that calms you down after you've had, after you've been in a trauma, or, your nervous system has just been activated. The parasympathetic is going to then activate after that to kind of calm you down. So you're activating this parasympathetic state, and you're resting in it, because most of the time people live in a state of constant low-level stress. But it has many benefits. There's a part of Yoga Nidra called the Sankalpa. And your Sankalpa is going to be like a personal statement of intention, a positive statement of intention. And once again, you're doing all of this consciously. It is a meditative practice. So when you're going down into this state, there is still a level of awareness there, and you use your Sankalpa to kind of anchor you. But what the Sankalpa also does is it helps to place a new intention deep down in your unconscious mind that then is able to blossom, is able to manifest. And typically you're going to work with the same sankalpa over and over and over again. This practice has many, many benefits, more than I could even talk about in just this short section. So I am going to make a separate video on Yoga Nidra at some point, and I'll talk about that. But there are some Yoga Nidras here on the Higher Alignment YouTube channel. Just look at the guided meditation section. And then also there's a video, I will find it and put the link here above, but it's on how to create a personal self-care intention statement, something like that. You can do that activity in order to create a sankalpa if you don't have one. And the third practice we're going to talk about is crystal work. Now this means different things to different people. Different people have different ways of relating to or not relating to. A lot of people don't like crystals. But you know, different people have different ways of relating to crystals and what they do. But I like to bring it up because crystals are a very popular tool, and it's one that a lot of people have easy access to and that a lot of people like. So with those three things, I feel like it's a very good tool to use. So this could mean different things. In my personal life, in my personal practice, I may use crystals as appreciation crystals, and I think I have a video on that. If not, maybe it's coming out soon. But I like to use crystals in combination with law of attraction and appreciation and gratitude in order to help with personal development and setting goals. Dream work, you can use a crystal for like a dream crystal. Maybe you put it under your pillow, or maybe you use it while you're doing certain techniques. If you're familiar with lucid dreaming, then maybe you know the wild technique, wake-induced lucid dream technique, or even in Yoga Nidra, you know, maybe you have a Yoga Nidra practice and you hold your crystal in your hand and use that as an anchor point. Some people do things like crystal gridding. So they may have a grid, like a wooden grid, or, you know, sometimes they have cloth ones and they have a pattern on them. And they will set up, you can set up different crystals on the grid depending on what your intention is and how you would like to organize the pattern. If I'm doing this practice, typically I will write on a piece of paper my statement of intention and fold it up really small, put that in the center, and put maybe a point on top of it or something heavy, and then make my grid from there. But different people have different ways of using crystals. Really, this works off of your belief system as well. So if you do believe in crystals, if you do believe in working with crystals, then I would advise you to really take a look at why you feel they work for you or don't work for you in certain ways, and what that actually looks like for you, and find practices that utilize your crystals that really integrate and work well with those beliefs. Sometimes we have practices where we have beliefs that don't support the practice, which makes the practice a little bit more, a little bit less effective. But the benefits of using crystals, I believe that if you're using crystals in a way to support a new goal or you're on your personal development path, then I'm assuming crystals are already a part of your life, or they're already an interest to you in a certain way. So really you're using an already established practice or an already established habit that you have, and you're tying that to your new habit and your new goal that you want to develop. So it creates a system of support however you want to do that. If you're wearing a crystal piece of jewelry to remind you of a certain thing, maybe for you that crystal holds the energy or holds the the energy of a certain property or belief, or of your intention. But it helps to create a system of support and helps you to create new habits using old existing established habits. If you do happen to have an interest in crystal jewelry or other metaphysical items, make sure to check out HIYERAlignment.com. I have tons of handmade crystal jewelry and even incense that are hand rolled and coated in crushed clear quartz. And I'm going to leave a discount code for you here as well. If you're interested in other ways to support your personal development journey, then I'm going to leave a link to my free course on the foundations of goal achievement. There are 3 of them, and it also has a companion workbook. It has tons of journaling exercises and self-exploration prompts. It's fillable, so you can type in it, or you can print it out, or you can just write in your journal. But I'll go ahead and leave that link in the description box, and if you have any questions about any of these practices, leave those in the comment section below. I'll be sure to address them, and I'll see you here for the next video.